Hey guys, Michael Sanchez, violin teacher here. I wanted to go over 5 telltale signs that your violin is valuable. So the first one is the wood. So as you can see on these two instruments here, this instrument here has a much better flamed wood than the one on the right here. So yeah, anytime that a violin shows that really high definition flame, it really gives you a really good idea that it's a good quality violin. This one doesn't have strings on it, but you can just see that the wood quality is much better, more grained on this instrument. The second thing is paying attention to the label. So if you look inside the F-hole, this violin here is actually saying that's made by a particular maker, which is LASIK, and it's made in 2016. So this implies that it's actually made by a maker, which makes a huge difference in the sound quality when it's actually crafted by somebody. Violins that are just factory made are not going to have a label with an actual person's name. So if you look inside the label and just kind of pay attention to what it says, that's going to give you a good idea of the value of the violin. Number 3 is the craftsmanship. So many times students, look at a violin, not really looking detailed at, some of the things that you should really be paying attention to with a violin. So the edges, the way it's carved, the way that it really shows that deep character of how it's made. Just the way that, the size of the instrument kind of elevates up. Just different things that you can kind of just notice with the craftsmanship of the instrument. Really shows you a lot of, what its value is. So, an instrument that's really basic is just going to have very basic corners. Just kind of notice it not really have much to it. So that's something to pay attention to. Number 4 is the origin. So any violin that's made in China is not going to be as valuable as a violin that's made in Europe. So anytime violin's made in Italy or Germany, it's just going to be a lot more valuable. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have a better sound, but most likely any instrument that's handcrafted, made in Europe, it's going to have a really good sound. So, number 5 is the sound. So sound quality really tells you a lot about, if a violin is valuable. So when you're playing on the G string, when you're playing on that lower end, if you can really tell the richness of sound and just pay attention to, the projection and just how much it fills the room, how easy it is to play. One thing to pay attention to is if the violin sounds nasally, so just plug your nose and talk. If it has that sort of sound where it's real nasally, that implies that it's sort of a cheap violin. A violin that's really full and has that really rich, deep sound is a telltale sign that it's a valuable instrument. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm actually doing a webinar. I'm going to be talking about different qualities of violins and bows. So if you guys are interested in learning more about what it takes to choose the right instrument, because the biggest thing is that violins are not necessarily priced on just sound alone. So you can actually find violins that are really good as far as the sound, but not cost as much. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that in the webinar, as well as going through a lot of tips related to finding good quality bows. Hope to see you guys there. Thanks so much for watching.